Conjuring, brought to you by Meath County Council and Meath Libraries with me, Billy Bubbles. It's my pleasure to bring you these magic classes in lieu of the performances that I was meant to be doing in the libraries this summer. You are going to learn some amazing magic and have a lot of fun. Let's get on with it. I don't know about you, but whenever I start doing a little bit of magic, I like to kind of loosen up and warm up. And one of the ways is to just make sure my knuckles are, all right, you know what I mean? Hey, you've all seen this trick before where you pretend to take your thumb off, yeah? For those who haven't seen it, you hold one thumb like this, put them back to back. Yeah? What's a fun bit to do with this, and not a lot of people do it, is if you just twist your hand a little bit, you can make it look like your thumb is running up your arm and then back down again. Or what's really fun to do is to take your thumb like this and actually move it up your arm. The only reason I can do this is I actually have stretchy thumbs, see? Actually, the real reason is I have two left hands. This is a really fun joke to do. In fact, you can even do it on your friends. You can grab them by the hand and pretend to crack their knuckles. And literally all you're doing is clicking your fingers. You just time that with just gently bending down on the fingers, and it looks like you've got a really loud crack of a finger. It's great fun to do. You can grab a friend's hand and go, oh, your knuckles okay? I found when I was learning how to do this years and years ago, it kind of looks better to do it up here, but for some reason, whatever way my hands are made, it doesn't give me a nice click. So I just move it further. If that happens to you, just move further down the finger and you'll get a nice loud click. And if you're doing it on yourself, of course, you can kind of act it out a little bit. Then the next thing we did was the old, everybody, like the first trick everybody learns. And literally all you do is you just move your thumb up like this, and this is about the angle. And if you can wiggle your thumb at the same time, it looks like it's almost dancing up and down your hand, and then just come back. This bit is really fun as a little kind of routine of a whole load of this kind of things, is to take the thumb, and as you come around, you pretend to grab it and move it. And of course, all you're really doing is it's just a timing thing. You're just popping your finger down, your thumb down, I should say. So come across like so, and as your hand wraps around, as if to wrap around the thumb, you drop your thumb down. So really you're moving nothing up your arm, back down again. And then what I usually say is the reason I can do this is because I have particularly stretchy thumbs. And the idea of this is it looks like you're about to put your this thumb in your mouth and stretch it really far. And what you actually do is you change over thumbs. So this thumb comes up, and as you go, as if you're about to stretch it, you slide this thumb in underneath and down like so. And if you do it straight onto someone, it really looks like you're stretching your thumb. In reality, this is this thumb hanging onto this thumb, but it looks quite convincing if done straight on like this. And then the last little thing, whenever I'm doing any of this kind of body magic stuff, if you like, or jokes with the hands, I came across this gag years ago that the reason I can do this is because I have two left hands. And if you throw it in as a little kind of I have two left hands, people kind of go, what? And literally all you do is you just turn one hand over. You can either do it from the wrists and rock them back forward and back at the same time, or from the elbows like so. And it's just a little joke. And the more you can do these little jokes, the more they add to the performance and make it a little bit more professional appearing. Speaking of jokes, I'm going to teach you some practical jokes in just a moment. So a couple of practical jokes, kind of funny things you can do. One is go up to your mum or dad or sibling and go, I have a bit of a pain on my shoulder. Any chance you could just hold it there and you push against it for a second, and then you do this and really act it out. And what you have sounds like you're after dislocating your shoulder, but what you have is a plastic cup underneath your shoulder, and you go, and it really plays well. The other thing you can do is use it as a kind of a neck dislocation, if you like. So you can pop it in under here and go, and it again, if you grimace, it makes it look quite fun. You do go through a lot of plastic cups doing this joke, but hey, I think it's worth it. Another really funny thing to do, quite quirky, is you can do this a couple of ways. You can do it with a gentle, like your dad's tie. You can pick up your dad's tie and do it, or you can do it with a napkin or a tablecloth in a restaurant or something like that. So we don't have a tablecloth here, but the same thing will work with this hand towel. So you take the corner of it, and you kind of notice a little thread, and you go, hang on, and you unravel it like so. All right, and all that you're really doing, and again, if you imagine there's another man here, your dad, is standing with his tie, and you grab the bottom of his tie and start unraveling his tie like so. I think you'd be pretty annoyed. And all you're doing is you're using your fingers underneath just to wobble it, basically. All right, so, and underneath all I'm doing is this, and you just time it with pulling the invisible thread. Like so, like so, like so. I'm sure your dad will be freaking out. And then you can even go down and pretend to bite the thread away and that kind of stuff. If you're really, really naughty and you're very lucky and your parents bring you to a nice, posh, expensive restaurant, you could sit there and, as the waiter comes over, pretend to be unraveling the tablecloth. Probably get yourself thrown out. I didn't tell you how to do that. So there's a couple of gags, and there's one more I'm going to show you in a moment, where it looks like you're going to rip the wallpaper off the walls in your house, but really you don't. But it's a guaranteed heart attack moment for your parents. I didn't tell you that either. Okay, this one is really going to get you into trouble, maybe, but it is funny. All you're going to need is a sheet of paper. What you're going to do is fold it in half exactly. And with it folded in half, you're going to make a tear, kind of like a triangular tear in the bit of paper. Doesn't have to be neat. In fact, it's meant to be jagged. I've made a small one here, and I'm also going to do, just for the sake of it, I'm going to do a slightly bigger one as well. So what this leaves you with is a kind of a bird shape with a fold down the center. Now here's the fun part. I'll do this with the smaller one first of all. If you take one of the bits, open it up, and along the straight edge here, you're going to lick it. Excuse me. And what licking it does is it makes it adhere to the wall. All right, like so. And if you curl this a little bit with your finger, it actually looks, now our walls are painted here in the house. It's not wallpaper, but that looks like somebody's after tearing the wallpaper off. If you want a sure fix to make sure fix to the wall, you can test out different types of glue. The only problem with that is you might actually take the paint off the wall and really get yourself in trouble, which you don't want to do. So again, with the larger bit of paper, if you twirl it a little bit, one side, the other side as straight as possible, and use some water or lick it, stick it to the wall. And I'm doing it in quite of a rush job here, but if you stick it to the wall with lots of water, it won't mark the wall, and it really does, once that's stuck on there like the lower one, it really does look like someone's after ripping some of the wallpaper off. If you really want to get yourselves in trouble, if you're doing a staycation down the country, holiday at home and all that jazz at the moment, you could have some fun with the hotel owners and the chambermaids in the hotel. Have fun, don't get yourselves in too much trouble. How long do you think it would take you to teach a junior infants class to say the alphabet? A day or two, a week, a couple of weeks? How long do you think it would take you to teach a junior infant class the alphabet backwards? Weeks, months, a year, a couple of years? Well, what if I told you that by the end of this video, you will be able to say the alphabet backwards? You could get right up and go into mum and dad and go, "Hey, mum, dad, guess what I learned today? I learned to say the alphabet backwards." And they will say, "Oh, show me." And you do this. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. And they groan and say, "Oh yeah, very funny." And then you say, ZYXW, VUTS, or QPON, MLK, JIHG, FED, CBA. Want to learn how to do that? I'm going to teach you in just a moment. ZYXW, VUTS, or QPON, MLK, JIHG, FED, CBA. The alphabet backwards, and a lot easier than you're probably thinking. We're going to break it up, create a little story, and break it up into little sections to make this as easy as possible for you to learn. And like anything, once you've learnt it once, you'll never forget it, and it'll roll right off your tongue like the regular alphabet forwards does. So the first section is ZYXW. Well, the letter Z sounds like the word said. The letter Y sounds like the question why, and the letter X sounds like the word eggs. You may remember the Flintstones, Fred Flintstone, and his wife Wilma. So what I would like you to imagine, the picture you're going to create, is that Fred Flintstone is coming down to dinner, or breakfast I should say, and there's eggs on the table, but he doesn't like eggs. So Fred Flintstone said, Z, why eggs Wilma? He's getting frustrated. ZYXW, Fred Flintstone said, why eggs Wilma? That's the first little part, and it's probably the most difficult part actually. Now, as part of this picture, I also want you to imagine that there's a coupon on the breakfast table. You know, like a buy one pizza, get one free kind of thing. Although there was no pizzas back in Bedrock in those days. This is a coupon chiseled onto a bit of stone for milk. And milk doesn't come in a carton or a bottle in Bedrock. It comes in a milk jug, an old-fashioned milk jug. And why do you have milk in a milk jug on a coupon? Well, it's to feed the cute baby alligators who live outside. Now, I know you're probably thinking to yourself, what on earth has this got to do with saying the alphabet backwards? You're about to find out. The next letters that we need to tackle are VUTS or QPON. And here's how we remember them. VUTS, VUTS, sounds a bit like the word what's in a German accent. Germans pronounce the letter W as a V. So if you think of Fred Flintstone in a German accent saying WUTS, and what's he saying what's about or WUTS about? He's saying WUTS about the coupon on the table. And he's calling it our coupon, O-U-R, coupon. But that's not how we remember it. We remember O-U-R as the letter OR. And we remember the coupon as the word or the letters QPON. So your Fred Flintstone comes downstairs, he says, why eggs Wilma, ZYXW, WUTS our coupon in a German accent, WUTS, V-U-T-S, OR for our, QPON for coupon. ZYXW, said why eggs Wilma, WUTS our coupon, V-U-T-S, or QPON. Next part is the milk jug. We're going to go straight onto that right now. ZYXW, WUTS our coupon, V-U-T-S, or QPON. And the next part is what's the coupon about? It's about the milk jug. Now, milk jug, M-I-L-K-J-U-G, is going to be tweaked a little bit here, and it's really the only place that you really need to use your true memory. So what we're going to do, and what I imagine is, I call it a milk jig. So the I in the letter in the word milk, M-I-L-K, the I moves over behind the J. So for the first part, milk is M-L-K. Then the jug part is jig. And I remember this by thinking of the I doing a little Irish dancing jig over. So you have an unusual spelling of jug, in this case jig, J-I-H-G. So you have M-L-K, J-I-H-G, milk jig. And that's really all you have to truly remember with this. This leads very kindly there nicely into the last bit, which is what is the milk for? It's to feed the cute baby alligator. So you think of Fred Flintstone fed, F-E-D, the cute baby alligators, C-B-A. So we've got Fred Flintstone feeding cute baby alligators. Right from the top, it's ZYX Wilma, ZYXW, WUTS our coupon, V-U-T-S-R-Q-P-O-N, for the milk jug, the milk jig, M-L-K-J-I-H-G, to feed, and he fed, F-E-D, cute baby alligators. So one more time, ZYXW, WUTS our coupon, V-U-T-S-R-Q-P-O-N, M-L-K-J-I-H-G, the milk jig, and he fed the cute baby alligators, F-E-D-C-B-A. One more time, try and say it with me this time and get the memory and the pictures going. It's ZYXW, VUTSRQPON, MLKJIHGFEDCBA. And you have said the alphabet backwards. Hey, thanks for watching Covid Conjuring with me, Billy Bubbles. If you enjoyed my style, my own website is kidsparty.ie, and if I've instilled a little love of magic in you and you want to learn some more, I'd recommend popping along to the local library and skipping over to section 793.8. That's where all the magic books are. Hey, some might even teach you how to do this little thing. Maybe.